This is a message to my black men and black women. Never, never let any other race try to hurt your people. Never. So we must start love one another as we love ourselves. Stand up and fight. Fight with all our might.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Never let no one
Many
hurt
people
my
talking,
people. Never,
and they
never,
just really
never.
do not understand.
Listen what I'm
They
saying.
don't want to understand
We
anything.
are the first man and first woman.
They want to speak on the
So
terms
don't let
of the white
anyone
man.
come and tell you
And we all know that the white man is not the original man.
the first man and the first woman.
Well, some people do not know that.
Listen what I'm saying to you. Listen, black man. Listen, black woman.
Because they go along with the doing of the white man.
And we will be the lost. If there be a loss,
But we all know that the white man is not from Africa.
woman, to leave the face of the earth.
And I heard black men said
The original,
that the white black men leave
Don't you forget
El Cabelan
this word, what I said, and
and went to the Caucasus Mountain,
we must love our
and he have been trapped there from the snow and the cold. And he could not return into Africa back.
hurt any one of us.
So he changed from black to flesh color.
Our grandmother, our grandfather,
And his eyes become blue,
never let no other race.
and his wool become hair.
We got to stand up and fight.
I'm saying to you black men,
Listen,
when you teach your children and your grandchildren that,
the time has come.
all I can tell you something is wrong
Fight for our people.
with you with the laws of nature.
Race kill our people. Never, 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 never.
This is a point I'm trying to make so you can understand.
Black man, you gotta stop killing
If
each
that occurred in the past,
other. You gotta stop killing each other.
black men going to the Caucasus Mountain
Listen what I'm
and
saying.
trapped by the snow,
Friend,
and his complexion changed from black to be a white man,
don't you let any other race move in on our race.
that would be a very good trick.
Kill our brothers. No.
So when he came back from the cold as a white man
Listen,
and go back into the hot climate of El Cabelan
the time
or the Americas, he should come back to be black, and his face should be no more flesh color, and his hair should turn back to wool. That makes sense?
listen to me carefully.
Furthermore, all the birds and all the four-footed beasts that he took with him to the Caucasus Mountain, they also should change. They should have blue eyes,
That's not the way black man.
white coat,
Come on, black man. Listen to me.
and flesh color face.
Don't hawks. Don't tell. That's
It's not occur. So something is wrong with those black men that is saying that.
away from uncleanness. You see,
I don't blame them, but where they get the knowledge from?
you become scandal. Sitting the seat of the clean.
Where do they get that knowledge?
Listen what I'm saying. Don't you play.
Also something wrong with the black men that is saying that is not El Cabelan or the word African. He's a black man, but he's not an African. They're saying that in the United States, and they're saying that in the Caribbean. Where are they coming up? Where are they getting all these stories from? Who is teaching these people all of that stuff? Are they getting it from their head? Are they getting it from the pyramid? Or the white man is telling them that secretly? what makes you to be a black man? What is the identity of a black man? Because we have people in Pakistan that is black. So I'm asking you guys this question. What makes you to be a black man? I use the word woolly man because I have wool. This is not hair, but the white man told you this is hair. This is not hair in my thought. This is wool. Just like the cotton that grows on the tree and the sheep with the fur. It's wool. There's nothing else have wool. The white man does not have wool on his head or his face. The Chinese does not have wool. The Indian does not have wool. The only person that have wool is the black man. But it is so funny. In the Oxford Dictionary, the white man will tell you who have wool. And he's not in that categories. He tell you who have wool. Huh? That's how smart he is. He put all the words in the English language in the dictionary and give them three meanings. And all of the words that are in the dictionary, they're not from Africa. None of them. They're all English and they're modern English word and from the another language that they place together. Dramatic. They're from the dramatic language and the whole English and the modern English. Those words are not from Africa. So when we really speak as a woolly man into the English language, we don't really know what we're saying. Just think about it. For instance, look at the word Egypt. That's not an African word. That's a French word. How do you place that in Africa? Well, another thing is that all these black men is saying Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Syria, Canaan, they are in Asia. You could imagine that? Asia means the continent of Asia, like China, Russia, India, Pakistan. They're in Asia. They're not in Europe. So the black men of today is also dividing up El Cabilan. If you don't think that's some dumb shit, look, just ask them the border of Africa and see what they tell you. Or let them show you the border of the map that the white men draw. You know, the white men draw a line and give you a border of Africa, Asia, and Europe. And let them look on the first map and see. See how silly they are. You know, Queen Victoria, she's the one that cut the Red Sea too. Because it takes too long to go from Europe all the way in the Mediterranean to come back up to the Red Sea. So they just cut the Red Sea off and that divide Egypt and Saudi Arabia. And they get caught up. The border of Africa is Iran and Turkey. The rest is all Africa. As you call it Africa, I call it El Cabilan. And you can argue with me about that name. That's the original name of my grandfather land. I know how the name comes above it. So the rest of the name that you're using, they're white man. Africa. That's not an African word as you want to say. It's not an El Cabilan word. European. So we need to go through all these words and look them up. That the white man, look, when he make these words, he put meaning to all these words that he made. 3 meanings he put to those words. And that's how smart he is. So we have to go back into our grandfather tongues and language and see the words them that they use in the past for whatever it is. That's why maybe we cannot call fire down from the element anymore. You ever think of that? Have you ever think of that? Because a long time ago we could call fire down. We could let thunder roll. You call him voodoo man, warrior man, or magic man. You can put him in any category you want to. But the people that was living in Kemet, there was magicians. They're not no Europeans. No, all these black men is saying they're European. See, they get caught up. The European went in there later on. All over Africa, as you call it Africa, the European move up in there later on. And they breed the ladies, either by force or by will. I comes out like this. So I have part of my mother and part of the white man. I do it with another lady. They comes out either black or just like me. You cannot overstand that. You're not going to overstand. You know why? Because you get caught up too much. We get caught up for a long time and we cannot do anything for ourselves. I'm not talking about money. Who said money? We're not talking about money. We're talking about doing things, spiritual things. Raise the dead from the grave, heal the sick. Let the blind see.
This is a message to my black man.
I'm not talking any fake stories. We're not doing none of that.
Any other race try to
So the black guy out here trying to do magic, he's not doing magic because he's scared.
love one another as we love
You know why he's scared? He got to do things that he have to do to bring forth magic.
fight with all our might.
Not doing none of that.
Never let no one.
So my people caught up with the doings of the white man.
Never
How do we get caught up?
say
Because the white man gave him a God, gave him angels, gave him devils,
so don't
and caused his mind to become fearful.
who you are.
He's scared. And do you know who he's scared of?
Man. And the first
He's scared of the white man.
listen what I'm saying to you. Listen, black man.
Because the white man will put him in
First,
his way
we will be
if he
lost.
come out of the ways of the white man.
We will be the lost
He
man.
will twist him up and tangle him up and tie him up and wrap him up and throw him into the ocean.
Because we are
And you don't have any black men can take him out. Just like what they do with Bin Laden.
original man.
Shot him up and take his body and throw him into the ocean. They don't even say ashes to ashes and dust to dust. That's how cold these son of a... Look, brother man, you gotta wake up. Talk from yourself.
We love ourselves.
Free your mind up.
Let no harm
Give your own expression. Give your thought. Show it out.
any one of us. Our children
Maybe it's good to you
and mother
and it's bad for another person. Maybe it's bad for another person and it's good for another person.
race hurt your people. We got to stop.
We can't just depend on him to do everything.
Fight
And he's not the original. But you don't know that part.
Listen,
So what I'm saying to you, you have to tell a friend to watch your show, and tell another friend, and let me tell another friend, because what these YouTube and these Facebook and all these Twitters are doing, they made up this new plan now. It's called algorithm. And if you're not getting commercial for your show, they put you into the slot way into the back. You know, when I was doing TV shows, the same. You have to get a slot. And if you get an early slot, a lot of people watch your show. If you get a late slot, nobody watch your show. Slot like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Nobody watch your show. But if you get a slot 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, everybody watch your show. So like my show, they put it in the way back in the slot. They told me, hey, you can't, and they already monetize it and they remove it. See? They remove it, and the money that was there, they confiscate that money, I guess, because I never asked them for it. I don't care about their money like that. Because if you wait to live off of YouTube, you're going to, so you got to have other things to do and don't depend on their money. But all I'm saying, what they do, they put a lot of people in this way back slot, or they say in the bottom of the barrel. That's what they're doing. So there's a lot of complaint with them. And the way I speak about the Jew people anyway, the Jewish, maybe that's the reason why too. As I said, brother man, tell a friend, and tell another friend, and tell another friend. Peace and respect. I'm out of here.